Hey, this is Shane and welcome to my Curator of the Lost channel. Today I'm going to be going over finds from one single estate sale, but it was a massive sale. Lots of just good fun stuff. I got books, I got toys, I just got miscellaneous cool stuff. I spent 160 bucks at this sale. I'm going to make some good return on it. I've got over 50 items to show, so this is going to be a pretty long video, longer than normal. But I appreciate the view and the channel support. I look forward to your comments and subscribe. We'll keep doing this and see what happens. So let's jump right in. I'm going to do this video a little different. I was able to film some of the sales, so I'm going to do a walk through a little bit of the house. It was a mess. This was like a picker-digger sale. Tons of stuff. It was raining. It was nasty, but I got in. I was able to find some cool stuff. And you know, a lot of stuff wasn't priced, so you had to go to the guy and he had to be like, oh, I'll take $1 or $2 or $5 and all that kind of thing. So let's do the cutaway and let you get a feel for what the sale is. Then I'll show you the non-book items and then jump into all the awesome books I found, some really great values. So, and give comps and all that sort of stuff. So we'll just cut away first. All right, as you walk up to the house, you see the house out in the country, and it was a rainy day, just rain everywhere. The entryway room, there were VHS tapes and movies in the corner, and then this table had lots of stuff for $1, $2. This is where I found the TV guides. A back bedroom, it had lots of electronics that I have to just not get. I love it, but it doesn't sell good, and it's hard to ship. Some metal detectors, and there was this unicorn thing. I wish I'd forgotten about it. I would have probably gotten it. Then there was a book room that it had tons of books, but there was a lady that was using Scout IQ, and she had already scanned all of these books. And I don't think I may have pulled one or two from here, but she had really picked it clean. And lots of shelves with collectibles. All the puzzles and the collectible game stuff I found in this area, so that was really kind of a big win. And again, you can see some, as I went through this, I was like, I thought it was jackpot, but she had picked it clean. I guess Mike, the used book guy, really liked that she was using Scout IQ, but just no luck. But the collectibles were good in this room. But then there was an adult-only room, I guess, because they had Playboys, and you can see some of the paintings on the wall, and there were a set of bookshelves here. You can see the price for hardbacks are $2, which is kind of high for this area. Usually it's more like $1, $1.50. There was collectibles, another set of bookshelves. I actually found all the NASA stuff just sitting on this couch. That was kind of a random find. But all the great books, I found on these three shelves. This was it's kind of funny, all this stuff in the house, and I pulled most of my books from these three shelves, especially this third shelf. You can see the titles, all this astronomy, observatory stuff. Literally in this bookcase, these three shelves were my big winners. Great finds there. And on the back bookcase, you can see the Time Life books. I pulled a few from here. There was the Mysteries of the Unknown, Civil War that I'll talk about. Great stuff. And then there was this whole room just full of crafting stuff. I didn't even dig in here. It's really not my jam. And as you walk outside, going to this garage, I was walking along. It was wet and muddy, and I found this box. This is where I pulled some of the cool magazines, saved them. I think that'll be a big win. And, the resistor stuff I want to talk about is on the back wall, but this person redid these old radios, and they were all sold. Some of them worked, I guess some of them didn't. They had really cool, visual decorative appeal, but I really thought they were kind of just overpriced for what they were. I thought they'd priced them high. All right, so you got a feel for what the house was like, and let me tell you, it didn't smell good either. They had candles going. And it's one of those that my wife, I told her, I said, you would have just said no and went back to the truck. So it was that kind of sale where she just would have she's not big on sales anyway. It's funny because I love them, but she isn't really into it that much. But this one, she would have just drawn the line, right? But it's the kind of like somebody digging stuff out. It's the sort of ones that you can really find some good value. So let's just jump into the things that I found and give you some comps. So on the non-book type items, one of the first things was this video. Is a It was this WWF video they had tons of fitness videos like Tybo and other things, but this is China Fitness. VHSs were $1, but it's $10-12 sold comp, so that's a nice VHS. Then another kind of be on the lookout for type thing is Polaroid film, even if it's expired. This is a 2-pack box, but there was only one in it. It was like I can't even read what the date is on there, but paid $1 for this. It'll sell for $10. Then actually this next thing was a kind of a mistake. Their box DVDs were $4. This Forever Night, I was getting comps, but I looked it up. They were like $30. I made a mistake. This is actually, as it says here, only part 2. It's not the full set. There's 2 more of these box sets, but this is sealed. I see $10-12 for the sealed, so I'm not going to make great on this. $4 in, I'll make a few bucks, but I probably wouldn't have picked this up. Definitely wouldn't have picked it up if it had not been sealed, but being sealed, it'll still be good. Then kind of continuing the be on the lookout for stuff. Here's a Typewriter Ball. Okay, this one is actually for this Olivetti. I guess it's Olivetti, a lexicon. One of the other ones you'll see a lot of are like the IBM Selectric series. Okay, these are overlooked. This Typewriter Ball, it's funny, the guy said, hey, I said, well, how much you want for this? And he says, well, let me hold it. And he held it before he could tell me $1. But anyway, I see these selling $10 to $20, sometimes depending on you can look up, of course, what it is, but it's always like this Esteem Elite 12, so that's the font and the font size. You can always look that up. Some of them are kind of rare, can command better prices. But when you see these Typewriter Balls, for Selectrics or just any typewriter, look at them and get them. All right, now here's this was a Apollo mission to the moon, and it's a flip book. I don't know if I can do this or not, but you take it and you flip it, and you can see, and there's one that's open and one that's not open. I've seen this sell for like $5. I got 2 of them. It was just a pile of stuff I've got. I bought everything for $5 in this one pile, and it's had a lot of this stuff. I think the person who worked there definitely worked for Marshall Space Flight in Huntsville, Redstone Arsenal. And here's a mug, and it's dirty, but doesn't have stir marks. It's just dirty. And actually, it smells just like the house. It's so nasty. I have to clean this out. But you can see that they work for Marshall Space Flight Center, the MFFC Engineering Division. And there's their mug, a coaster, a mouse pad, and a notebook, complete with your calculator and notebook paper. I'm not sure, I don't have a value on these. I've got to figure it out. I'm going to sell them together. It had NASA on the back. He originally wanted $2 for the mug. I got all this and the other Apollo stuff, I think $5 for everything. So I'm not sure how I'm going to sell that. I think there's good value there. I think it's really interesting. Maybe somebody that's collecting it, somebody who's had a relative or parent work there. I'm gonna put it all together in one big lot. I thought that was awesome. Now here's, I got this for $1. It's just randomly on a bookshelf. This star satellite finder. The person was into astronomy. I guess they worked at NASA, but they were into astronomy and telescopes. And I've got a lot of high-dollar books from that. But this has got about a $10 sold comp. Then this Sager Weathercaster. I don't know exactly. It's got a manual, and it's got some kind of tool in it to. I'm not even sure what it does, but I've got $35 sold comps on this, so that's cool. Then here was a vintage spirograph. Now all the pieces are there, even though the pins are there. The pins are dried up. Had one split corner. They wanted $6 for it. I've got $15 to $30 sold comps, so that was a fun thing to get. Then there was a model on this nuclear powered space station. Okay, this is sealed, unopened in the original wrap. I have sold comps of $39 to $45 on this. I paid $10 for it, so I'll have some good return there. Now this is kind of cool. You'll see in the all that stuff came from the collectible room. Out in the garage, there were these mentioned them, these ohmite little devils, and look, it's full. I don't want to dump them here. You know, it's full of, you know, actually of resistors, okay? Some drawers are like, you know, you can see they're varying resistors. This is the older version. There were more of them. They wanted $12 a piece for it. The newer ones, they'll resell for 20 to 24. They were 12 for the packaging and all. I probably, maybe I should have got them, but this one, the more vintage one, have a sold comp on this without all the resistors for like $50. So this, I thought it was worth that. Then I got so much stuff I need to make room. Then there's this Tune. It's a little keyboard. Figure out how to open it here. See, it's a little keyboard. This was a great find. It takes C batteries. I don't have any C batteries right now. It takes 6 of them. So it was clean in the battery case. I have sold comps on this for $100. I paid $10 for it. I hope it works. So that's always, you know, a little bit of a danger, but I figured for the risk reward, even if it doesn't work, somebody will probably want it for parts. Then I got $2 for this thing of drawing lead. You know, I'm a sucker for this stuff. I bought some more to sell, I don't know, a couple months ago. This is definitely worth $2 for all this. I definitely did not overpay for that. I think on the last sale that I did, where I bought drawing lead, I overpaid for it. It was like $30 for a big bag. And then here was some of this Deitschen graph paper, a box of it. It's been opened, but this will still be $10. Got it for $1. Here was a actually I got this puzzle. It says 5. I got this for $2.50. Three Stooges unopened. I've got a sold comp for $15 on it. And then here's a Ravensburger 1500. It said 8. Actually got this one for 4. He was giving discounts on some of this stuff. I have a sold comp for this one for $49.99. So I got $4 into it. So that's good. So I think that's the majority of, that's all like the non-book items. Okay, so let me dive into the book stuff. So the first one that I'll talk about, because I did a video on it just you know, a few weeks ago about doing Time Life books, and if you saw in the intros, there were all those Time Life books. Well, they wanted $2 each for the hardbacks, and I went in and I said, look, there's Mysteries of the Unknown, and then the Civil War ones, and I'm interested in them. Obviously, I got these two to show you. I'm not hoisting the whole thing, so I bought them. But the story, they wanted $2 each for them, and I said, you know, I'm not in it for $2 each. You know, there's meat on the bone, but I just, for the weight, the size, the space, I'm just not in it for the beast. That'd be like, you know, there's 28 in one and 33 in the other. That'd be over $100 for these, and I'm like, I'm not into it. So he said he would do $1 a piece. So I got these, and because this is the one that's 33 of them, and they typically will sell with free shipping somewhere in that $300 to $350 range, sometimes even more. So I got these for $33, the full set. And he said, well, what about the gray ones? Did you get those? And I said, yeah, I'm gonna pass even at $1. I don't have enough meat on the bone, because the Civil War ones, this one, can sell for like $130 to $150, but they also sell for like $77 to $80. So he said, well, what about $15 for them? So they're basically 50 cents a piece. So I got $15. So I bought both sets, $33 for one set, $15 for the other set. I'll list these probably for $130 with free shipping. So I'll make, you know, $70 or $80 off that after fees. This one will be listed for around $330 to $350. You know, with what I've got in it and shipping, I'll make $250 or so off this one. So nice finds. But if you go back and look at that video on Time Life book series, you know, make sure you pay attention. Don't overpay. Get them all. And they're they're heavy and they take up a lot of space, but you can make some good return. I'll make $200 or $300, probably $350 off of those two. So, okay, so then let's go into just some more of the books. This one, Newtonian Notes. This is on making a high performance telescope. I don't have a sold comp on this. I found it on Amazon for $47. Here's one that's build your own observatory. Again, no sold comps, but I found it on Amazon for, it was listed for 90 bucks. Now, here's another one, all about telescopes. I have a sold comp on this for $100. All of these paperbacks I paid $1 for. Okay, so I have a sold comp on this one for $100. Even though I don't have sold comps on those others, they should command, you know, in that $40 to $70 range. Really good stuff. Now, here's also it's a NASA publication on 50 years of exploitation and discovery. This is about a $10 to $15. It's kind of a magazine format. Paid $1 for it. Then you'll see there's the guy like the Three Stooges. I got these books. There's Larry, the Stooge in the middle. I've got one on Curly, and then there's one on Mo Howard and the Three Stooges. You see all of those sell for, you know, that $10 to $12 range, 8 to 12. I think I'm gonna bundle those three together and probably ask like $25 for them. I've got $3. They were $1 each. Here's a real Betty Page book. This is more like a $10 book. I actually paid $2 for it. The Moon and the Planets. I have a sold comp on this for $40. All hardbacks were $2. Here's another great one, Dick and Jane. This is the 1956 edition. I've got sold comps between $30 and $40. Hardbacks were again $2. Wartime Journals of Charles Lindbergh. This one, when I looked it up, when I was trying to decide, it's a first edition, and the comps are all over the place. They are I'm gonna call it like $15. I see some more like at 10, some like 40. I think this will be 15. Here's a guidebook on Canadian coins and tokens. I got a sold comp of 14 on it. Here's a 3-volume set. I have sold comps for $24 on this Burnham Celestial Handbooks. So kind of cool. Let me make some room here. All right. Here's a book on carving this green wing teal. All right. I see. I have a sold comp on this for $17. Now, actually, this Norton's Atlas, it's $20. I actually bought one of these a couple weeks ago, and it didn't have this is like the 12th edition, 15th edition, sorry, 1964. The one I bought a few weeks ago didn't have a dust jacket. This will be a solid $20 with the dust jacket. Okay. Another Betty Page. It's really why I bought the other one. I may put these together. This Betty Page, this is the Betty Page pinup book. You can see it shows all this stuff came from the adult room, right? In the video. That Betty Page book's like 15. And then there's another kind of cool from the adult room, this Pinup Girls. This is a $15 book. And again, from the adult room, this was the amorous illustrations, okay? What's so funny about this is this guy, this Thomas Rolandinson. He was an illustrator in the late 1700s, early 1800s, and so there's a lot of this, you know, this is like a Revolutionary War kind of, you know, some of the things, I mean, it is very, very risque, randy, you know, illicit. It's, you know, 300 years ago, and I guess it was probably pretty scandalous at the time. And then here's actually another telescope book. This is Build Your Own Telescope. Have sold comps on it for $35. So those are all great ones. Let me show the last major book, and I'm going to show you some other cool book magazine stuff. This Machinist Handbook. Even though this is the 12th edition, this is solid $30. I sold a newer version of this, like the 26th edition, just a few weeks ago, for $30 or $40. I am definitely on the lookout for this whenever I see it now. Anything with this machinery's, it's not Machinist, but Machinery's Handbook. It's a great one. Then there was a box of old TV guides. All right, unpriced. I asked him what he wanted. He said 10. I said, some of them are newer, some of them are older, some of them are ratty, some of them are not. We settled on 7. And just to give you an example, here's a Patty Duke one from the 60s. It's like 63 or 64. This single TV guide sells for $12, sold comp, okay? And if you go through them, I'm not going to go through all of them, but you know, there's a older Perry Mason. Here's Johnny Carson. I don't know if that was with one of his wives. There's Donna Reed. You know, Jackie Gleason. A lot of these are from the 60s, okay? I expect that most of those will sell for in the $10 range. There are some newer ones. I don't think they'll have any value, really. They might. I don't know. There's the Mankind, you know, from wrestling fame. There's some of them that are a little ratty. Like here's one, you know, that the cover is kind of ratty on. I don't even know if that'll sell, but for $7, I think that those will be a really good return on money in general. So that's another one of those vintage TV guides. You get them for the right price. I ended up 34 of them. I got those for like 20 cents each, right? So, but $7. So that's a good find. Okay, then if you remember when I was walking outside where all the radios were in the back, but under that tent, I videoed. I saw some boxes of books, and a lot of the books there were just, it had been raining. I think these things had probably been stored in the garage anyway, so they kind of had it was raining, it was hard to tell. I thought they had a musky smell, and I was right. They do have a little bit of musky smell. Here's the ones that, it's not bad. I think I can wipe them down. I'll probably still have to say that there's a little bit of musky odor, but I took all this stuff up there, and I said, look, I saved this stuff from the box outside. It's raining. Make me a deal on it so I can take it home. And he said $5, so I took all this stuff, this next little stuff you'll see, the last bit of it, you'll see for $5. There was this directory of buried or sunken treasures and lost mines, which is kind of funny to me that if you have a directory of the lost mine, then maybe it's not lost anymore. But anyway, I have sold comps at 20 and 35 on this. I don't know if I can get that because of the little bit of odor. Coin shooting. This is all. There's a lot of treasure stuff, and he had a lot of those like treasure magazines. I would have got them, but I was just afraid of the odor and all. They just felt like they had not been stored properly. This is like $8. Here's a great one. The one bedroom had the that I showed you in the intro videos, had 2 metal detectors. So the guy was definitely into metal detecting, treasure hunting. But this manual. I've seen this manual. Let's see on my cheat sheet here. I have sold comp on this for $27. So here's you know, Shipwreck. That's a $10 sold comp. And then this Eastern Treasure Hunter. I'm not sure. I found one about California that was in the $10 to $12 range. I found another one that was in a similar region. It was $25. So we'll see what this actually brings. Then there were some weightlifting magazines. I hadn't found a comp on True. This was for today's adventuresome man. Okay. Then there was this Strength and Health magazine. I'm seeing these sell for like $10 each. These old ones from the 70s. If you get some of those from the 40s and 50s, they really can be high dollar. Now here's an interesting one that I've seen like $20 comps on. Even though it's got a little, it's Mr. America. This is the magazine for today's virile man. Okay, so has something, a different meaning maybe in 2021. I don't know. So here's some treasure secrets. I think these are 10 or 12 bucks. Then there were a couple of Marshall Space Flight NASA telephone directories. I bought several of these years ago, and they'll bring 10, 15, 20 bucks each, so that's good. Then here were some newsletters from the 80s from the Marshall Star. Has a lot of space shuttle stuff. This was actually a publication there at Marshall Space Flight. And here's a stack of these are Stardate. All right. What's interesting about this is an astronomy magazine. I think it's not to be confused. You can just see some of the covers, right? A lot of these are from the 80s. From I think 88. It's not to be confused. I think it's a different magazine than the Star Trek. There was a Star Trek magazine called Stardate, and I got to do some research. I think this is a different magazine. I think they just had the same name, but I think these will sell. And then the other big unknown is I have these. It's a stack of telescope making magazine booklets. There's there's like 20 of them here, right at 20 of them. I don't have comps on these. I think that with the way all the other telescope stuff's selling and the comps on that, I think this is going to be a really good one. So has a little bit of odor to it, but not bad. I'll list it like it has a little smell, but it's not bad. So that's it, man. I'm telling you, it was a great sale. Lots of good stuff. There was I had a competitor there, a lady that was scanning. I said, that she had cleaned out the one room, but I still was able to find great stuff. So hope you'll enjoy that. I look forward to your comments, subscribe, and now I got to get busy listening to all this stuff. So that's it. We'll see you later. Bye.